Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video I've got a juicy one for you. It's a juicy tier list. You don't want to miss this. I'm gonna be doing a full ranking of the Star Wars movies and shows. Okay. Now, why am I doing this? I'm a big Star Wars fan, first of all. And with the recent resurgence of Battlefront 2, it's getting me in like the Star Wars mood, you know? Just that feeling. That feeling of penetration of Darth Vader. Like just Darth Vader having a choke on me, you know? He's just choking the fuck out of me. Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting right now, and I'm just getting this urge to do Star Wars content. So, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give in to the temptations. Okay, I've got all the shows and all the movies here. I think I think I'm gonna start off with the shows, then I'll get into the movies. All right. Obviously, I'm basing it off of everything. Every category here is gonna have it's gonna be filled. Every tier in here is gonna be filled. There's gonna be at least one in each tier. Um, without boring you, let me just get into it. And I'm gonna start off with Star Wars Resistance. I've not watched it. Just not interested in it. It's in an era of Star Wars in which I have no interest. I hate the sequels. Spoiler alert. I hate the sequels, but this is just. I'd watch it for BB-8 maybe. I would watch it for BB-8, but nah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Uh, next up we have the Ahsoka show. Now, the Ahsoka, the ending was a bit lackluster. I'm not gonna lie. As a fan of Rebels, I expected to see a bit more of Ezra Bridger, which we didn't see. Um, the first episodes are pretty good. Balin was a really good character. Let me just have a photo of Balin up here. Uh, Balin's skull. Uh, Ray Stevenson did a really great job of Balin's skull. R.I.P. Ray Stevenson. Uh, but yeah, he was such an interesting character. I wish they did more with him. Uh, overall, and the Anakin stuff was really good as well. The flashbacks, uh, and the world between worlds, seeing that pay off a bit more. Um, I'm gonna have to put it in B. There was stuff I liked in it. There was stuff I disliked, especially the ending. The ending was not the best. Seeing Thrawn again was good. Seeing Thrawn again was really good. But yeah, B is where it belongs. Uh, yeah, probably mid. It's a middle of the road kind of thing. Andor. Now, Andor, it is really good show actually. I like it as a show. As a Star Wars show, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm also gonna put it in B, because I really like Rogue One. Rogue One was is probably the best thing that Disney has done with the IP so far. Uh, yeah, it's pretty good. Andor's pretty good. Next up we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Uh, I'm okay. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to put Obi-Wan Kenobi in D tier. It is it is not good. It is not good. Obi-Wan Kenobi is was a waste of my time. They kind of did a Luke situation in The Last Jedi. They tore apart his character. Um, they didn't explore his character enough. Uh, the the whole Reaver thing, the Reaver Kenobi. Yeah, the whole Reaver kind of storyline was awful. Um, they kind of butchered the Inquisitors as well. The Inquisitors didn't do anything. They were supposed to be uh pretty intimidating. They weren't, and the whole Leia Organa situation was just awful. We didn't need that. We didn't need that. Uh, yeah, yeah. Uh, it's a detail. It's not a good show. It's not a good show. Next we have Star Wars Visions. Now, Visions. Mm, mm, there was there was some okay episodes. Honestly, there was some okay episodes. Like the sort of Japanese style one. I don't count it as canon. I don't count it as canon in my eyes. Uh, I don't know. I think it's gonna go in C, but it's gonna end up at the lower end of C for me personally. It's kind of like top D, low C. It's not that good. It's all right. It's okay. It's mediocre at best. So it's gonna be like a C minus. Next up we have Tales of the Empire. Now, Tales of the Empire was slightly underwhelming. I'm gonna put it at top of C. Um, they didn't do Barris justice. The Barris episodes were a lot more underwhelming than I thought they would be. Um, yeah, I mean, they could have done a better job. That's what I'm saying. Especially considering we had Tales of the Jedi. And speaking of Tales of the Jedi, this is going in S tier. Is it going in S tier? Wait, hold up, hold it. Yeah, it's going in S tier. The Count Dooku origin and the Ahsoka origin. You got the Count Dooku origin story in it, and you've also got you see what happens to Yaddle. Um, great, cinema, cinema. Okay, next up, what do we have here? The Bad Batch. It's a cute little show, bro. It's cute. Uh, Bad Batch. Let me see where I put it, bro. Let me see where I put it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is it C or B? B. B. Lower end of B. Uh, yeah. Bad Batch is okay. Uh, next, I guess I'm excited for the next season, but yeah, Omega's a okay, decent. It's an interesting character. Uh, yeah. Okay. Now we've got this trash dump, which is the Book of Boba Fett. Awful, awful. They butchered his character. Uh, Boba Fett, bro. This guy is such a pussy in this movie, in this series, bro. Uh, there's nothing good about this series. Nothing, nothing. Cad Bane. They introduced a really cool character in Cad Bane, and then killed him. Well, he's probably not dead, but what? Yeah, Dieter, Dieter, awful. Next we have Clone Wars. I don't really need to speak much about Clone Wars. Clone Wars is amazing. If you've not watched Clone Wars, watch Clone Wars. You're missing out. Okay. Where in the frick is Rebels? Goodness me, bro. They've not put Rebels in there. I need to put Rebels. They've missed out Rebels. How? How could you do that? Um, there we go. Perfect. Anyways, we don't have Rebels next, but we got Mandalorian. Now, Mandalorian, the first two seasons of Mandalorian, S tier. However, season three was trash. It was trash. It was not good. The Jack Black we got episode five with Jack Black and Lizzo in it. Why is Jack Black and Lizzo here? Uh, I do like Bo-Katan as a character. I actually really like Bo-Katan as a character, but there was too much Bo-Katan in season three. I feel like this wasn't directed by Dave Filoni, to be honest. I don't know what season three was. It was awful. Uh, so for that, I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. The first two seasons were great. Next we got Rebels, and Rebels, Rebels only gets better in my opinion. Like it, as the story develops, it gets better. Um, and it kind of leaves off open-ended. I personally, Rebels has to be it's definitely better than Ahsoka in my opinion. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm gonna actually put it above Mandalorian. Uh, Darth Maul is my favorite character. My favorite dark side character. Uh, yeah, love Darth Maul. We got lots of Darth Maul. Um, and yeah, am I forgetting any shows here? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's all of them off the top of my head. Okay, next up we got the movies. Now, I've got some opinions here. Uh, so if you don't like them, then feel free to click off at any time. Okay, first up, I'm gonna work sequels to prequels. Wait, am I? Yeah, I'm gonna work sequels to prequels. Um, I'm gonna start off with The Force Awakens, the first in the sequels trilogy. I watched this in the movie theater as a kid, back in 2015. I was hyped for it, and to say I was underwhelmed is an understatement. The first, you know what? The first, the first like half of the movie is okay. Um, ah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I've not fully processed it, to be honest. Um, I've watched it a few times, and I've not disliked it. I've not disliked the movie, but it just ruins characters like Han Solo and stuff. Like you kill off Han Solo, you don't expect to get away from it. It's definitely better than the Book of Boba Fett. Um, and is it better than Kenobi? Probably. I think it goes in C. It goes in C tier there. That's where Force Awakens belongs, I think. Better than Vision. I just knowing what happens next, knowing how the rest of the sequel trilogy goes, it's awful. It's just not good. But if I'm considering these in terms of the standalone movie itself, looking at the movie and disregarding the rest. Uh, because if I do that, if I consider the whole overarching story, then all of these are going to be S tier. All of these movies are going to be S tier for me. Uh, the original and the prequels, they're all going to be S tier. So I have to single out the movie for what it is. And as a movie, as a standalone film, it could get better, The Force Awakens, from this point. However, it doesn't. It's okay. That's what makes it okay for me. Um, I hope you see what I'm trying to get at there. Uh, Next up, we got The Last Jedi. D tier. Question is where in D tier? I'm gonna put it above the Book of Boba Fett. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. I'll give it that room. It destroys Luke. Uh, Actually, am I gonna put it in front of the book? No, it's gotta go below. It destroys Luke, bro. Like actually, bro. And then you got the whole Leia thing with the Force. Cringe. Um, Rey is such a Mary Sue dude. Like actually, this is crazy Mary Sue energy. She was a Mary Sue in The Force Awakens, to be honest. But John Boyega's Finn character was also more interesting in The Force Awakens. However, in The Last Jedi, they didn't do anything with that. You got the whole casino thing, the Rose and Finn relationship. No, bro. No. What were you doing, Ryan Johnson? You created. Ryan Johnson's a good director, guys. He created one of the best pieces of media out there with Ozymandias, the perfect Breaking Bad episode, Ozymandias where Hank dies. No spoiler alert, by the way. Um, he curated, he conjured Ozymandias, and he made this pile of heaping, stinking garbage, bro. Oh my god, what were you doing, bro? Rian Johnson's a good director, guys, but he does not understand Star Wars in the slightest. He may think he does, he does not. Okay. Next up, we got Rise of Skywalker. Also awful. Also awful. Uh, Probably worse than Last Jedi. Uh, because he just disregarded this one. At least this movie kind of had some regard for this. It had more regard for its previous movie than this had for this movie. Um, this regarded some things. It disregarded it. It disregarded the whole Finn thing. Um, but this was something else, bro. This was something else. This was just like a big screw you to the previous movie. Too many cooks spoil the broth, guys. That's the biggest. That's the biggest takeaway from the sequel trilogy. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Okay, remember that. Okie dokie. Next up, we have. Uh, I'm gonna go. Should I go prequels or should I go original trilogy? I think I'm gonna go with the original trilogy. For me, let's start with A New Hope. A New Hope is up there, bro. It's up there. Uh, where should I put it though? That's the question. That's the question, man. I'm gonna put it at the top of A tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put it at the top of A tier. Uh, this complements Rebels so well. I mean, Rebels complements this so well. With the whole Darth Maul. If you watch this and then watch New Hope, bro, mwah, beautiful. Uh, you got the bro. I love this. I love this. I love seeing Obi-Wan as well. Obi-Wan and Darth Maul are my favorite characters in the whole saga, bro. Love them. That's just a quick hint at my ratings here. Actually, no, that's a bit of a red herring, actually. Uh, Anyways, Empire Strikes Back. To be honest, I think it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's hella overrated though. Uh, in my personal opinion, in my personal opinion, it goes in S tier for sure. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. S tier. It's an S tier film. Next up, we got Return of the Jedi. Um, I love Return of the Jedi actually. The whole Jabba's palace. I know people don't like that, but I like it. The whole Jabba's palace. That yeah, it pays off. It's a good payoff. From the Empire Strikes Back. That whole 40 minute segment. You got Boba Fett. Boba Fett's crazy cool. I mean, he's actually better in the Last Jedi. In Empire Strikes Back. I think I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna put Return of the Jedi up there in S tier below Empire Strikes Back. Uh, it goes below Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, that's my rankings there. That's my rankings. Uh, next up we have the prequel trilogy. Actually, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get Solo. I'm gonna do Solo and Rogue One because if we're going backwards, that's the timeline of things. I'm actually gonna do Rogue One first, if that's the case. Rogue One is going at the top of A tier. I love Rogue One. Um, actually, after Andor season 2, going into Rogue One, oh, oh, it's so good. It merges so well into Rogue One, Andor season 2. The ending, at least. The beginning of Andor season 2 is a bit boring. I'm not gonna lie. The whole politics. I just don't like politics. The politics bores me in Andor, at least. Um, but yeah, Rogue One for sure. For sure goes A tier. I've rewatched this a lot of times. Um, Rewatched it a lot of times. More than a movie I'll get into later on. Anyways, Solo. Now, Solo, I actually kind of like it. The first time I watched it, I was too young to get it, I think. Uh, it bored me when I was younger. But when you watch it, you can actually appreciate the acting a lot more. Woody Harrison does a good job, and the whole final standoff with uh, Han Solo and Woody Harrison, it's great. It's great. However, they go into too much detail on the origin story about how he gets his blaster and things like that. How he meets Chewbacca. I don't think they needed to get into that as much as they did in Solo Star Wars story. Um, Anything else? Crimson Dawn was pretty cool. Um, I did like Darth Maul's appearance. However, it was a bit weird. It was kind of out of place. I don't know. Here's Darth Maul. I'm just gonna turn off my side lightsaber because I'm a cool guy. I wish he had more lines and talking. Like he'd. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Solo. I think I'm gonna put it above Andor. I'm gonna put it there. I'm actually gonna put it at the top of Beta. Um. Now that I think about it. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. I probably should have made two separate tier lists for movies and shows because they're kind of in different leagues, I guess. Uh, but Clone Wars and Tales of the Jedi are the only ones that actually compete um with the movies. Anywho, let's get into episode 1 then. Oh God, episode 1. If you're looking at it as a single standalone movie, it's okay. It's okay. Uh, yes, I did like the pod racing. Qui-Gon's a cool character. Uh, and the main thing that makes the movie the only like perfect scene in the movie is the final duel. Um, the final duel is great. It's really good. Uh, and that's literally all that's really going for it. If I'm being honest. Um, Everything else is just mediocre. So it's going B tier, I think. Uh, Definitely beats out Bad Batch. Does it beat out Andor? Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Do I put it in front of Andor? Is the question. I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, yeah. Next, Attack of the Clones. Honestly, I liked Attack of the Clones. It's the first look into the Clone Wars, kind of, through a peephole, and yeah, I'm here for it. I'm actually here for it. I quite like it. Question is where do I put it? Where do I put it? I'm putting it. Yeah, I have the top of B. I'm gonna put it at low A. I'm gonna put it at low A. Yeah. Next up, we got. Actually, I'm gonna put do Clone Wars, the movie. Uh, the Clone Wars movie is top of C. It's not great. It's not great. The show is miles better. Finally, we have Revenge of the Sith, and Revenge of the Sith is going in S tier. It's the best. It's the best. And I'm not bandwagoning because I've realized in recent years people have started to say Revenge of the Sith is their favorite. Um, maybe I think that's because of the Star Wars YouTube giants saying that it's their favorite. Um, but this was the movie which I did not expect to see when I was a kid. Um, it's darker than the rest of them. It's got more emotion. Um, I think that's because of Hayden Christian's acting, honestly. People give Hayden Christian a lot of shit, but he's actually done a great job of Anakin Skywalker. He did a great job. Um, it's the best. It's it's so good, bro. I remember watching it when I was a kid. It was like literally, maybe it was the first Star Wars movie I watched. I just wanted to see this one. Um, because I knew it was Anakin's downfall. How does that play out? Uh, yeah, it's really good. What else do I need to talk about? Mustafa's great. Um, oh yeah, I remember as a kid like watching this. The soundtrack, bro. I used to play with my lightsaber toys and fight my friends with lightsabers to the soundtrack. It sounds cringy, but you know, it happens, man. It happens. Anyways, this is my ranking. I mean, I feel like it's pretty justified, honestly. Um, yeah. Let me guys know what your rankings are in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.